Statistically, this week is considered one of the most dangerous on the roads. It shares its statistics with, of course, the week at the end of March. Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Rider Ramblings. We're stuck at the level crossing, digging up the road as well. We had to find a way of actually getting the pipes under the ground, under the level crossing, which is interesting. Anyhow, let's get back to the subject. Do you suffer from S.A.D? Yes, S.A.D, Sunlight Adjusted Disorder, is one of the names. And when the clocks change, 𝗕𝗄𝗏𝗔𝗇𝗏 de l'heure in French, it's usually when most people start to suffer from S.A.D. It's also considered one of the more dangerous times to be driving on the road, or to be on the road, whether driving or walking or cycling or whatever. Statistically, it seems that people don't like this change of the amount of daylight, and it's not good. So, what is S.A.D, Sunlight Adjusted Disorder? It's got a couple of other names. I'll see if I can put them on the screen below. But that's the one I know it as, S.A.D. So, it seems that we have some sort of receptor on the top of our heads that can monitor the amount of light, sunlight, or daylight should we say, during the day. And some people seem to be more affected by the lack of daylight than others. I'm going to go for this one, I think. Shouldn't, but I will. Right, so yes. I used to live in the tropics, not very far from the equator, and it used to get light where we were about, I would say about 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm not saying that was sunrise, I'm saying that's when it got light. And it would get dark again about 8 o'clock at night, approximately. And it didn't change very much throughout the year. It changed slightly, but not very much. Maybe only sort of maybe 15 minutes or so on that. And so I was used to very constant sunlight and constant sunlight out there it was, but daylight in general. And when I moved to the UK, I suffered very badly actually in the autumn and winter and sort of January and early February from lethargy. I'm going to say lethargy. It's not depression, it's lethargy. I didn't want to do anything. Quite literally, I was... it wasn't until some quite considerable time later that... sorry, idiot in a Porsche. That I actually realised that I wasn't the only one. There were lots of us like this who had problems at the end of the year in the northern hemisphere with the sunlight adjusted disorder, and I started researching it, and I found out that it is a thing, it is a syndrome of some sort, and that there is a sort of cure. And no, that isn't to go to Tahiti or Australia for 6 months, although that would help, it would certainly help. No, it seems that you can actually adjust it yourself with daylight bulbs. So about 30 or so years ago, it's got to be about 35, nearly 40 years ago, I bought some daylight bulbs, and I put them in the room where I use the most, and I put them in the light that I used most, the lamp that I used most. And what I also did is I got one of these timer thingies, and I put them in a bedside lamp, which I put on the other side of the bedroom, and I had it come on about 25 minutes before the alarm came on. And it didn't actually wake me up, it just came on and was sort of nice and light. And then when the alarm came on, it was nice and light. And I found that basically solves the problem completely. It was really good. I was quite surprised, and it did work. And I was a lot more energetic and a lot more ready to go in the winter months. So if you feel sad, I'm going to say sad, I'm not going to say depressed, although you might be depressed, but if you feel sad or lethargic or whatever this time of year, you might want to try changing to one of these daylight bulbs. Now, due to various edicts from the UK government, I believe that we're not allowed to use incandescent bulbs anymore, but you can get them on Amazon, I believe. I bought, when they brought the edict in, I bought quite a few of these things, but there's also available on Amazon a daylight lamp, and I've got this in my office. I can call it my office, my study, and I have that on all day, and it really, really works. It's an LED lamp, but it seems to have the correct wavelength, and that's the important thing, getting the correct wavelength of light, or wavelengths of light seems to be the correct thing to do to solve the problem. So there's some recommendations for you if you find this time of year depressing, you're lethargic, you don't really want to do things. I mean, I'm great from about sort of March onwards. I'm full of energy, bouncy, and very annoying until I get to about mid-September, and then I start to get very lethargic. So that's my cure. I'll stick a link to the light that I use for this daylight LED light that I use in the comments below, description below. And if I can find some daylight bulbs on Amazon, I'll stick a link to those. I know you're not supposed to use them, you know. Various animals will turn up their toes and birds will fall out of the trees and so on if you do, but I haven't seen that happen yet. So yes, so tell me about you. Do you actually have these periods of lethargy, or you might even have periods of depression? I do know that some people, it affects them very, very badly, and they can't do very much at all. I must admit, one of the things that I've noticed was that if I was going to finish a relationship, or if a relationship was going to finish, the young lady had decided that she doesn't like me anymore or whatever, it usually happened sort of about October, November time. So I wonder if that was, if S.A.D was involved in that, and I just got a bit too depressing for her. Anyhow, let me know in the comments below. So please like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.